I follow all of the people that's on the internet that talks about money, talks about cars, all of that type of stuff. I follow what's my man's name that just bought the house? Richard Fain. I follow Will Motivation. I follow the guy that Dave Ramsey. I also followed the dude that left Dave Ramsey, the young Anthony O'Neill. I follow a lot. Oh, all of the guys. All of the guys. I follow Meet Kevin. I follow anybody and everybody that talks about money on the internet because I'm very curious as to what their take is, and how different their strategy is from my strategy when it comes to money, investments, and so on and so forth. Even with regard to cars, I follow Stradman. I used to follow Salamandrin. I even took some tips from Salamandrin. I'm gonna be reading super chat shortly. I took some tips from Salamandrin in order to go into a completely different segment that I haven't even announced yet, that he's making a ton of money that a lot of people is not even familiar with. So I thought that instead of us just talking about the money, since somebody sent me this video, it'll be an opportunity for us to review and pay attention to what it is that he's talking about with regard to his new Ferrari that he got. I think he's going into how much he's paying per month for the Ferrari. So it'll be a great review video. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm definitely going to be reading the super chat shortly. And if you have not already, get your Teej pack. Shout out to Teej Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. That link is in the description. And then also on top of that, we also have the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's continue.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? My name is Will Motivation, and I am going to talk about the monthly payment on my Ferrari F8 Spider right here behind me.
I do follow Graham Stephan. I do follow Graham Stephan also.
Spec with the red interior on the inside, as you can see.
I see you, Will Motivation. I see you, big dog. Get that bag then. Get that bag.
If you want to see more videos about the spec on the car, I have lots of videos on the spec. But today, we are here to talk about the infamous monthly payment. And this time it's a real monthly payment. I did a couple of monthly payments videos. Like actually the first video that blew up on my channel.
What is the fake monthly payment? I don't know who Monica Church is. Email me her stuff and I'll check it out. What is a fake monthly payment?
Was a monthly payment video on my Lamborghini Gallardo like years ago. But actually more recently, I've been investing less in real estate, so I had a little bit more cash. I've been saving cash. So I was buying my cars with cash, and I was still doing a monthly payment video for an example. But actually, this time I have a real monthly payment.
Okay, so now I understand the context. What he's saying is that since that was the thing that originally blew him up on YouTube, shout out to JC. I'm definitely going to be reading that super chat shortly. Since he had his originally video and how a lot of people have found him originally with the monthly payment videos on YouTube, he said that even though he had been spending and buying the cars in cash, he still had been doing a video that basically breaks down how much his monthly payment would have been if he had a car note, even though he had the resources in order to pay for the car in cash. Cool. So now he's saying that in this video, he actually has a monthly payment and he's going to break it down. But let me ask y'all a question. How much would you pay? And I see a lot of people give this myth and all of this other type of stuff, and it's fake. It's not real. And that they say everybody only rich people pay their stuff in cash. That's a lie. It's not true. It's different ways in which they use credit, and it's also different ways in which they can justify it as a business expense, especially from content creators or from a content creator perspective. And not all rich people allocate a majority of their monies over into just buying it cash. That's not true. Okay. So when you start to think about that and from that perspective and the fact that he's using his cars for content, how much are you willing to pay on a monthly basis And let's cut out the bullshit, right? A lot of y'all say what y'all wouldn't do, but that's completely different because when you get money, you think about it a little bit differently and you start moving a little bit differently. I done seen a lot of people say what they wouldn't do before they got money because they was on the outside looking in. But what would you really spend and how much would you spend on those type of things if you had the ability to do so? Ability to do so can mean a lot of different things, but in a general sense, how much would you spend to buy the new Ferrari, go get the new Lamborghinis, go get whatever it is that your dream cars is, the Porsche 911s, all that other type of stuff? How much would you spend considering that you have the resources to do so?
On my Ferrari F8 Spider, because I still owe a little balance on my F8 Tributo, which is for sale. So I had to finance this. So let's talk about the monthly payment, jump right into it. If you're wondering how much it costs to buy a brand new, this is a 2023 Ferrari F8 Spider. The cost of this car, brand new, I just bought it 2 days ago. The cost was $422,000, and I put down.
Did he say 422,000? Let me see.
Was $422,000.
422.
And I put down payment. My down payment was $60,000. So that left a balance of roughly what, 360,000.
Let me back that up one more time.
300 and the cost was $422,000, and I put down payment. My down payment was $60,000.
So 422. You put a down payment of 60. All right. Okay, I'm with it.
So that left a balance of roughly what, 360,000. All right. So the monthly payment, I'm looking at it right here. It's the Ferrari Financial Services. I'll show you guys in a second. But the monthly payment is $5,002.46 every month with Ferrari Financial Services.
So his monthly payment is $5,000. He put $60,000 down on a $422,000 car. They said, who breathing hard? Maybe it's the cameraman. I don't know. I mean, they outside too, so it could be the wind that's blowing inside of it too. But he's basically saying he put $60,000 down. So he put more than 10% down on the car, closer to 15%, I guess, if you really start to break it down, because 20% would be $80,000. So he put close to 15% down on the car. And he said that his payment is roughly $5,000 a month. Now I'm wondering how long that term is. I didn't do the math. Quentin says, "Where your credit union?" He went through Ferrari Financial Services. He said he went through Ferrari Financial Services. He didn't go through no credit union.
Incorporated. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna show you this. I don't think there's anything actually except for my phone number on here where you can see it's real.
What a lot of y'all also don't realize, that cars that get to that level, in most instances, they mostly retain their value, especially when you consider that he's also making money off of the videos that he's creating for these cars. I'm assuming, because that's what his videos are about. But also, I seen somebody say definitely more than his house payment. Apparently, he's into real estate. He said that he invests in real estate. So a lot of these people have the type of income that you guys wouldn't ever believe. If you guys actually are in my Patreon, and a lot of people are in my Patreon, y'all have a general idea, or a really good idea, when you start to combine what it is that I make from my regular job to what it is that I make. I just did a webinar inside of the Patreon of what it is that I generate from a content creation perspective. And I didn't even break down what I get from sponsorships or anything like that. So when you start to break that down, then you'll realize that $5,000, honestly, is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. $5,000 a month, which to a regular person, I can understand that. But to a person like Will Motivation, that I'm assuming that generates a lot of revenue, and he has a significant amount of assets that generates probably a lot of passive income from him in a general sense, $5,000 a month is nothing for somebody like Will Motivation. All right.
Will Motivation, 5,000 monthly payment amount, 5,246 right there. Ferrari Financial. Now
that's just dope that he's even showing the receipts. Very few people show the receipts.
You know how much it costs to buy a Ferrari F8 Spider, brand new, monthly payment, $5,000. Yeah, if you just want to know what the payment is and you want to leave the video, that's cool. I respect that. Thank you for watching. Now, if you want to know the important stuff about what makes up that payment and how I got it to $5,000 a month, well, you got to listen in. The important thing is I put money down. I put $60,000 down and I financed.
Well, Motivation, bro. You got to get a windscreen, bro. Something like that. You got to get a windscreen to cover up whoever the cameraman or the camera person is. They got to be able to get a windscreen, yo. Real talk.
An amount of around $362,000. The other thing is the finance rate. The finance rate was really, really high. But the thing is, I didn't care that much because as soon as I sell my old Ferrari, then I'm going to take the money from that and I'm going to pay this car off.
So what he's basically saying is he put $60,000 down because he has other assets that he's then listing for sale, and he actually financed it at a very high interest rate. He's saying that the interest rate is pretty high that he got it for, but as soon as he sells his other Ferrari, then he's going to use that money in order to pay off this Ferrari. So he's basically just rolling it over into a new car in order to keep the latest model and to be able to create content continuously for you guys. So that's his strategy, and that's how he's going about doing it.
So I probably will only have this payment for 3 months max. So I'm really not going to be paying that much interest when you break it down to just 3 payments. Now, how many months do I have to pay that? Let's see. It's actually like a balloon setup. So it's not a straight like finance arrangement, but I think the number of months was... All right, okay. I made a mistake. Hit the rewind button. My monthly payment is actually a little bit lower. My monthly payment is $4,000, $460.
That's how you know a dude is just getting money. That's how you know a dude is getting money, because they don't even remember what their monthly payment is. Yo, I made a mistake. Rewind it. My monthly payment ain't even $5,000. It's $4,400. That's how you know a dude is really, really getting money. But a lot of things that other people don't consider is the cost of really owning that car. Lately, I've been actually driving a Benz in here to work every single day. I've been driving a Benz in here to work every day. If you see me around Detroit, most people see me in the Porsche, especially when the weather gets bad. But you'll see in the vlog that I'm releasing probably today or tomorrow that the Porsche actually was having some issues with the suspension being lower than it was supposed to do, and it was giving me a signal, or it was throwing off an alert on the car itself. So I actually had to have it taken into the dealership. It's warranted and everything like that. So then I just went ahead and pulled the Benz out because it had been sitting in the garage getting dust anyway. And so I've been driving the Benz all winter, and then I drive the Porsche in the summer. And so, the cost of owning these cars is more than just the car payment that people can anticipate, the maintenance, the gas or whatever it is that comes along with it, the insurance. And so that's not the entirety of the car payment itself, all right?
$1,460.05.
I know how much it costs to replace a tire on some of these cars. It'd be crazy.
Every month. And it's a 60-month term. And then after that 60 months, I have to pay the balance. It's called like a balloon or something like that. So you basically finance part of the car, and then after that term, you sell the car or you buy the car. Now, if you're wondering, how does one afford a car like this? Because that's a ridiculous payment. And for me, like, to be able to justify the payment, I like to make these YouTube videos to try to use it as an opportunity to educate people, to share with people, like my experience.
So he's using the car in order to make the videos in order to pay off the car.
And so hopefully one day, if you're in a position to buy a car like this, you can learn from my mistakes and you can learn from whatever I've learned over the years. And one of the best things I've learned when you go to buy a car, when you go to finance a car, is put as much money as you can down, but don't put all of your money down. Like, don't give them all of your money, like, just so you can have a low payment. Always have a rainy day fund. Like, always keep some money left over to take care of your other expenses or take care of an emergency. But then you put some money down to get your payment low. And I recommend stretching the term out as long as possible so that you have a little bit of extra money every month to decide if you want to put it towards a car, if you want to save it, or you want to invest it in something else. And so me personally, I will finance cars sometimes. Like when I financed my first Lamborghini, I could have paid it in cash, but I financed it because I wanted to use my money to invest in real estate and make more money with my money than
The only thing that I would say that's completely different, because everybody got a completely different investment strategy. The one thing that I will say about that, though, is I believe in investing in assets first and then using the money that you generate from other things in order to pay for your lifestyle or pay for the things that you want to do. I don't believe in spending money so that you can try to pay it off and then allocate the rest of it and try to invest it in it. Because I mean, obviously he's doing well, and shout out to Will Motivation because he's been around for a while, so he knows what he's doing. But for the rookies and the people that really don't understand how money works, or you're trying to understand how to invest or get started, a lot of times you may get a lump sum of money and then you want to go out and buy a specific type of car or whatever like that. And that's not going to work for you because you don't really understand what it takes in order to invest or make a lot of money. But he knows, and he has assets already, which then he just uses in order to make even more money. And then he makes these videos that can justify the cost of it. So, everybody has a different investment strategy, but I believe that first you should stay down long enough to actually generate the revenue or have assets that are income generating. I wouldn't say passively because there's a lot of different assets in which you can use to generate revenue. But I think that your assets should generate the revenue, and then the revenue should pay for your lifestyle. So shout out to Will Motivation, and congratulations on the new Ferrari. We love it. We appreciate it.